3 bodies, 2 journalists, and a corrupt lawyer, all shot with the same gun, all tied to one name, Lisbeth Salander. In the span of 24 hours, the Swedish media takes a quiet, isolated hacker and turns her into a national monster. The tabloids call her a psychopath, a Satanist, a lesbian killer with a vendetta against men. Her face is plastered on every front page, her fingerprints are on the murder weapon, and the police have orders to shoot on sight. But the police are looking in the wrong direction. While the entire country hunts Lisbeth, Lisbeth is hunting the men who actually pulled the trigger. She isn't hiding in a corner waiting for a lawyer. She is arming herself. She knows that if she wants to survive the next 48 hours, she can't just prove her innocence. She has to go to war with her own past. Welcome back to Movie World Recaps. Today, we step into the chaos of the girl who played with fire. This is a manhunt where the prey bites back hard. We pick up 1 year after the events of the first film. Lisbeth Salander has returned to Sweden. She has the stolen money, a sprawling new apartment, and the illusion of freedom. She rides her motorcycle through the Stockholm nights, keeping her distance, trusting no one. She visits her old friend and ex-lover, Miriam Wu, offering her the keys to her old apartment. It's a rare moment of kindness, a small anchor to humanity for a woman who usually cuts ties before they can bind her. But peace is a temporary luxury in Lisbeth's world. The past she tried to burn down is rising from the ashes. This time, it isn't just coming for her. It's coming for everyone she has ever touched. I watch these movies so you don't have to and can get the good stuff. Lisbeth doesn't wait for trouble. She preempts it. She hacks into the computer of Niels Bjurman, her sadistic legal guardian. She finds an email that makes her blood run cold. Bjurman has booked an appointment to remove the tattoo she carved into his chest, the one that labels him a rapist. That tattoo is the only leverage she has. If it goes, her control over him vanishes. She strikes immediately. She storms his apartment, jamming a gun against his head. She forces him to look at her. The message is simple: the tattoo stays or he dies. She leaves him terrified, shaking in his own home, convinced he is still under her thumb. Meanwhile, at Millennium magazine, Mikael Blomqvist prepares to drop a bombshell. He is working with a freelance journalist named Dag and his girlfriend Mia. They are on the verge of publishing an explosive expose on sex trafficking in Sweden, a story that names powerful policemen and politicians. In their research, one name keeps surfacing: Zala, a shadow figure, a ghost in the system. Blomqvist heads to Dag and Mia's apartment to collect the final files. He expects a routine handoff. Instead, he walks into a slaughterhouse. The door is unlocked. Dag lies dead in the living room. Mia is dead in the bedroom, both executed. Blomqvist finds the gun on the floor. It's a Colt Magnum. He recognizes it. It's registered to Niels Bjurman. But when police rush to Bjurman's house, they find him dead too. 3 murders, 1 gun, and all over the weapon, the police find only one set of prints: Lisbeth Salander's. The police machinery roars to life. The prosecutor leaks Lisbeth's name to the press instantly. The narrative spins out of control. They dig up her psychiatric records from when she was a child, painting a picture of a violent, unstable woman with a hatred for authority. The public eats it up. To them, the case is closed. The crazy girl finally snapped. Blomqvist stands alone against the tide. He knows Lisbeth. He knows she is capable of extreme violence, but she is precise. She isn't a sloppy killer who leaves the murder weapon at the scene with her prints all over it. He launches his own investigation, running parallel to the police but looking for the truth rather than a scapegoat. Lisbeth goes completely dark. She holes up in a safe house, monitoring the police investigation through her laptop. She reads the reports as they are typed. She sees the lies spreading. She realizes that Bjurman wasn't just a pervert. He was a pawn in something much bigger. She reaches out to Blomqvist in the only way she knows how: digitally. She hacks his computer and leaves a simple message: "I didn't do it." It's not a plea for help. It's a statement of fact. She tells him to look for Zala. That name is the key. It links the sex trafficking ring, the murdered journalists, and her own tortured past. The danger bleeds out to Lisbeth's few friends: the police harass Miriam Wu, trying to find Lisbeth. A massive man named Ronald Niederman is tracking Lisbeth too. He finds Miriam at the old apartment. This guy is a nightmare in human form, a blonde giant who moves with terrifying calm. He drags Miriam out. Paolo Roberto, Lisbeth's boxing trainer, spots the kidnapping. He doesn't call the cops. He follows them. He tracks Niederman to an abandoned warehouse in the middle of nowhere. Inside, Niederman is torturing Miriam, demanding to know where Lisbeth is. Paolo steps in. He's a former champion boxer. He knows how to hit, but Niederman doesn't even blink. He has a rare condition called congenital analgesia. He literally cannot feel pain. You can break his bones, and he won't stop. The fight is brutal. Paolo is fighting a brick wall. Niederman tosses him around like a rag doll. He sets the warehouse on fire, leaving Paolo and Miriam to burn. It's a desperate scramble for survival. They barely break a window and crawl out as the building collapses behind them. This confirms it. Lisbeth isn't just up against criminals. She is up against monsters. Lisbeth visits Miriam in the hospital. She sees the bruises. She sees the fear. This isn't about self-preservation anymore. It's about revenge. Miriam gives her a description of the giant. Lisbeth tracks Niederman. She finds a connection to a remote property in Gossaberga. She packs her gear, taser, baton, computer. She rides out to the countryside, a lone wolf hunting a pack. At the same time, Blomqvist uncovers the truth about Zala. His real name is Alexander Zalachenko. He's a former Soviet hitman who defected to Sweden. The government gave him a new identity and protection in exchange for secrets. And the reason he's untouchable? The Swedish secret police, Säpo, have been covering up his crimes for decades, including the abuse of his wife and his daughter. Lisbeth isn't just hunting a gangster. She is hunting her father. She arrives at the Gossaberga farmhouse. She watches from the tree line. She sees Niederman. She waits for nightfall. She creeps into the house, weapon drawn. She moves like a ghost, but she makes a mistake. A motion sensor trips. Niederman is on her. He slams her into the floor. The fight is over before it starts. She wakes up, strapped to a chair, staring into the face of Alexander Zalachenko. The reunion is cold. Zalachenko looks at his daughter with zero affection. He's crippled in one leg, a souvenir from when a 12-year-old Lisbeth threw a Molotov cocktail at him to stop him from beating her mother. He mocks her. He tells her that Niederman, the unstoppable giant, is her half-brother. It's a twisted family tree rooted in violence. Zalachenko decides he's done with her. No more police, no more courts. He orders Niederman to grab a shovel. They march her out into the woods. The darkness is absolute. The only sound is the crunch of boots on dead leaves. Lisbeth's mind races, looking for an angle, a weapon, anything. They reach a pre-dug grave. It's shallow, muddy, and waiting for her. Zalachenko stands there with his cane and a pistol. Lisbeth tries one last bluff. She tells him she recorded his confession. She tells him the files are already uploading. He raises the gun. Bang! The bullet spins her around. Bang! She hits the dirt. Bang! A final shot to the head. Zalachenko kicks her body into the hole. Niederman shovels the dirt over her. First her legs, then her back, then her face. The screen goes black. The sound of soil packing down fills your ears. They leave her buried alive. Minutes pass. The villains are back in the house, celebrating. Under the ground, a finger twitches. Zalachenko is sitting in the living room, relaxed. The door creaks open. He looks up and sees his dead daughter standing there. She swings. The blade buries itself in his face and knee. He screams. She stands over him, ready to finish it, but Niederman returns. He sees his father bleeding out and charges. Lisbeth fires Zalachenko's gun, but she's too weak to aim properly. Niederman corners her. Suddenly, headlights flood the room. Blomqvist crashes onto the scene. Niederman realizes the game is up. He runs into the night. Blomqvist finds Lisbeth slumped against the wall, pale and broken. He doesn't ask questions. He just kneels beside her, checking her pulse, keeping her conscious. For the first time, she lets him help. The paramedics load her onto a helicopter. Zelechenko is loaded onto another stretcher, still alive, glaring at her. The movie ends, and the screen fades to black. Lisbeth Salander has won the battle. You'll have to subscribe and tune in for the final chapter, The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Click that button now. You do not want to miss how this ends.